just had a nice afternoon nap. Coming back from church, I had a meal, had a lunch, despite having a big breakfast. I was so ready for my lunch, after which I just relaxed here on the sofa and I fell asleep. So, yeah, I think for the past week, my sleeping uh, pattern has not really been that uh, normal. Like I was sleeping much later and still waking up slightly, or actually waking up at 5 or 6 ish. So the waking hours are regular as I do in Saudi Arabia, but I was sleeping much later, so maybe probably too much excitement or still um, part of jet lag, the time difference. But oh, the bed was so comfortable though last night. Despite the short sleep, it was like a straight sleep. And so we did finish the bed setup yesterday, and I'm uh, I'm making this special edition of a vlog to talk a little bit more about the beds. So or our bedroom setup upstairs. So last year we came in the summer and it was still um, COVID time. But we made the break from Saudi Arabia at the time when the restrictions were easing up a little bit, like the quarantine requirements were not that very difficult. So I can't remember exactly what it was, but it still required us to undergo home quarantine, which was perfectly fine. So it was the institutional quarantine that we weren't willing to go through. So as soon as they scaled it back to home quarantine for I think much shorter time, my husband and I decided, okay, let's make the trip to the UK to see the house. So we arrived here, no furniture, nothing. So we said, well, we ordered yoga mats online and had the yoga mats delivered here. Oh, actually, to our friends, because the yoga mats won't fit the mailbox. So the yoga mats arrived at our friend's house, and oh, bless them for helping so much, helping us a lot through that setup. And it goes back way more. But uh, just to focus on the bed setup last summer, so we also ordered or we requested them to get us some duvet covers, some temporary pillows, just for us to be able to uh, get as comfortably as possible, camping out on the floor. So in the UK, guys, you cannot just walk in a bed store and walk away with a bed, or even then have it delivered the same day that you buy. So especially the beds that we wanted, uh, they are not available. Even the mattress is not available immediately, or they may have it, but it's via catalog, and it has to come from a warehouse somewhere. So it's not like instant delivery. So I think the moment we were out of quarantine, because it was 5 days, so we had to do the swab and everything, and then as soon as we tested negative on the fifth day, so we were officially qualified already to go out without completing the 10 days, I think, because midway into the to our stay we already tested negative. So as soon as that happened, we were out to do the bed, which was the top priority. So we had to place the order. We scoured also. We looked at several stores before we finally settled in one, and so we placed the order, and true enough, they didn't arrive until more than 2 weeks after. So both the mattresses and the beds arrived on the third week of our 1 month stay in the summer last year. So we were just around really to witness how they arrived here. They delivered, and then two men came to take them upstairs and assemble them. So you may wonder, we have a very narrow staircase, and you wonder how on earth did they get those massive mattresses, thick ones and heavy as well, and the bed frames. Well, the bed frames, they came in boxes, so they were not assembled that way. So they came in per piece or per box, and they were assembled on site. But the mattresses, they had to wiggle their way through the path, and then through the door, through this very narrow entryway here, up the stairs. So it was fascinating to watch. So, and then of course after they set it up, we went to get the bed sheets. Yes. So we were able to enjoy the bed for just about a week before actually having to pack up and go back to Saudi Arabia. That's our life. And this sofa that I am sitting, this came much later as well, and we didn't enjoy this. This was empty for nearly a month that we were here in the summer, because we were on the lookout for a sofa bed. So folks, this is not your usual sofa. It doesn't look very comfy. It's not very deep, actually, like cushiony, because there is a bed inside this. This is a sofa bed, proper sofa bed, and we found out not very many stores in Kendal carry sofa bed. And of course there was one that like I think the main supplier of sofa beds in town, but the color that we wanted, or rather he didn't have it on stock in his store, and the one on display, he couldn't release it. So we went to another store, and that guy was willing to part with the sofa that was on the floor, actually, and at a discounted price as well. So we got it a slightly lesser, and then of course we were happy that we would get to enjoy the sofa and have it delivered. But you may be surprised to know that the beds upstairs and those massive mattresses and the beds actually didn't have much of a problem getting up on the second floor. But this one, oh, you should have seen. I mean, at the time I should have taken a video. It was just like, I think we probably like given up on it, because it just won't fit in that, the angular this entry here, through the door, and through the second door there is a thick wall. And this one, no matter how you like, I think they remove the legs, they remove whatever they could remove, but the rest of it is just one solid piece. And oh my goodness, it was just like, I couldn't bear to look at it. Like, oh my god, it might break, because they had to kind of like put a bit of pressure in it. But finally, oh, that was such a relief. So yeah, this better be good to us because this is for life. I mean, if it was difficult to get it out, get it in rather. I mean, it would have a difficult time to take out of that door. So this is, I think, a fixture in this in our living room here. So at some point, probably not now, because I don't even know if I know how to take out the bed under. But it's very interesting. It's really a bed with a mattress inside, you know. So um, it's a tiny house. So we have two bedrooms upstairs, as you have seen in the previous vlog. Um, and then we have this. So if we have family visiting or friends, or we just wanted to have you know, an extra space to sleep in just in case. So we don't foresee this to be used very often though, because it's still not very comfortable. You know, the living room is not very big, but just in case we needed extra bed space, then this is, you know, this is very this is handy. So that's my piece about the beds, and additional commentary also on the going back to videos before previous, um, the installation of the TV and the clock. It may have seemed easy because you've seen only the finished part of it, but as I mentioned, it took at least 2 hours for the mounting itself to be done. The clock, I'll show you the clock. It's very heavy. It's at least 5 kilos, at least, it's really heavy. And for it even to, I mean, for the husband to suggest put it on the wall, because that's really the only way for it to go on the wall, you know, because it has a pendulum. And I said, I'm not sure if, you know, I want any drilling on the wall, because I was just so afraid that once drilling is made, you know, there might be like crack, and then the the wall, the entire wall would like crack and crumble, and then the house would fall down. And our friends were laughing at me for having such wild imagination. But just to mention to you ladies and gentlemen, that no such thing happened. Nothing, no crack. And that stone, for this kind of house, it's like hundreds of years old. That stone is hard. Like there's no flaking, nothing. It's all dust coming out from it, and it's a very clean, you know, like poking inside the stone with the special drill. So yeah, it's amazing. I was like, wow, I didn't know that stone is so hard. And that clock, even then I was nervous, and the builder had to go back to his car to retrieve a much longer screw. So yeah, yeah. I think those are just some additional fascinating aspects of this house that we have gone through. So in closing, what else have I forgotten to talk about the bed? So yeah, the most interesting part, of course, is the narrow bed. Oh, and I remember, see, I'm wearing stockings because this morning I went to church, and I haven't worn stockings in a long time. But I said it's Sunday, and I might as well wear a dress. But in this kind of weather, you know, it's spring, and you have seen the sun streaming this morning, not now. But if I wear a dress, I have to have stockings. So now I'm wearing stockings, and I haven't taken them off yet, because inside the house, despite the heater on and the fireplace on. It's still quite cold, so I have my blankets on. I had my nap with my shawl covering me up. But yeah, look me up in my Sunday finery. Um, yeah, the church today. So there was only me, Filipino. There were probably 100 people in today's service, the 9:30, the main service. Um, Definitely, I was the only Filipino, or even Asian for that matter. There was no other Asian that I saw. Um, there was a black woman with two young children, and she and me, we were the only colored people in the church this morning, actually, and the rest were white. So, but the thing I love about it is they're so welcoming. We are definitely true blue parishioners of Kendal now. Um, we are kept connected with the weekly email from the parish. So we belong to this parish, and there is an usher that welcomes you as you enter the church, and you are given the hymn book and the program for the service, and you are welcomed. And it's a different lady this time, but she recognized that I was new, and had a bit of a like introduction, and said, "Are you new, or have I met you before, or something?" So yeah, it's the welcoming atmosphere is just amazing around here. We feel at home, we feel welcome, and at the end of the service, the priests, there were two, were at the door to usher out the people, and to have a bit of a chat after the service. So it's typical scenario in a church, but more so in our church here, Church of England. And it's a big church, and there is, like, I think, as like a Sunday school, or a children's like a playroom on one side, and they even set up like a Sunday tea after the service. People sat down, were milling about for after service coffee, but I didn't stay after had a bit of a catch up with the usher earlier, who welcomed me, and also the priest, one of the priests. So we had a good conversation after the service. And it is cold, guys. It's so cold inside the church. Everybody had their coats on. I think there must be a heater turned on in the church, but still really cold, so that everyone had their overcoats during the service. So it's normal. And more so coming out, cold, freezing air blasting. Um, what else? So yeah, church. It's leading up to Holy Week. So two more weeks to go before Easter Sunday. And so, of course, the preparations are going on crescendo, like more and more, just like in the Catholic Church. So I won't go into the detail of how the Church of England service goes for this vlog, but yeah, I just wanted to say that I feel so welcomed. With Philip, we are so welcomed here, and we are Kendal parishioners through and through now. Oh, I do love the organ playing there. The music. That's what I love with the Church of England service. We may only be 100 people there, but there was a choir, and the full organ playing. In fact, they have two kinds. They had the main one at the back, you know, the bellows, the bells and the bellows at the back, and it's played also at the back, and it's just, oh, the sound of it, it's like, I have goosebumps just remembering the sound of the organs, or the organ. Yeah, because there were two organs, and there was another smaller one near the altar. So the organist would go back and forth, because I think the one in front, it's smaller, and so it sounded a little bit more like a clavichord, or like a piano, not a piano. It's like yeah, it has this like bell like sound. It's not like the full, like, you know, like air. The one near the altar is more like a piano, like yeah, bell sounding, like I don't know what it's called. And from where I sat, I could see that there is also a you know, the big piano. Oh, I forgot now. You know, the biggest grand piano. It's like super grand, like really big. So after the service, they move the chairs around in front. I'm not sure if, I think they are probably practicing for the big event on Easter Sunday. So I think there's gonna be a massive, like a musical performance um, on Easter Sunday. So the priest was saying, "Oh, um, yeah, he was so excited about talking about that, and look forward to see me every Sunday, then leading up to the Easter celebration." So yeah, that's something to look forward to, and just a bit of my impressions of the service this morning, because I didn't have a chance to say anything about the previous Sunday's service. So so that's my Sunday, folks. Wrapping up nicely. Husband might be calling anytime now. It's 2 hours difference, Saudi Arabia. So yeah, it's he's done with his work for the day, and we will be making our daily catch up, and then after which maybe I'll go head to town to have coffee, or just to have a stroll around, check out what's going on in town. Um, so yes, that's the major commentary on our bed setup. We are just so happy now that we are comfortably set up in terms of our bed arrangements. We only need like the finer details in the house. Like behind me, you could see it's bare wall, so there will be paintings to go on the wall soon. So this one, we want to be sure about the piece that we will get. Let me check if, hang on, I've been talking like probably more than 10 minutes, and just to make sure that the video is on. Yes, we are. And it's now 20 minutes. So so yeah, very quickly, this wall behind me is bare. It's gonna get a painting, which we are taking our time to select, because we want a real treasured piece to go up there. And then the bedrooms, of course, each of the headboards would get a nice painting. So 3 major paintings that's still coming up, and then the lamps needed shades. Just small bits, maybe small pieces of furniture, in the master's bedroom, probably like a dresser of some sort, or some chest, whatever. But we are not in a rush. We are careful. Oh, excuse me, I burped. We are careful about um, make clutter. So we don't want clutter, especially this is a very small house, and it is so tempting to just get stuff left and right, you know, that takes your fancy, and then before long we are filled up to the ceiling with all sorts of stuff that would actually not make the house look good. So I'm taking my time on that, and I'm really enjoying the journey, furnishing this house and setting up ourselves in this house. So so that's it. Gonna wrap this up, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.